That should be it.
That's it.
All right. Well, welcome to 7th grade science. And boy, looks like a pretty small class today, but I got a bunch of you are out online. And so hopefully you have your science books with you. While you are turning to page 219, I'll give my Chapter 10 Science Test commercial, which is as follows. The Chapter 10 test I put into an envelope, and that should be, or I had to put in, and it will be, you should find it in your bag. Leave the Chapter 10 test in the envelope until you're ready to take it. Now, the question is, when do I take it? Well, sometime this week. If you feel like you know this stuff frontwards and backwards and you're ready and want to take it tomorrow, yeah, take it tomorrow. Or if you're ready on Wednesday or Thursday. So, if you wait till Saturday, is that okay? Yes. It just depends on what works best for you. If by any chance that you are here in the room, I'm just trying to get your attention. There, did you catch that? Alrighty. So, if you do take the test, bring it in and just give it to me, okay? That's just one last thing. If you are, we'll wait until after Easter break. You can just bring all your papers in and turn them in at one time, and that is okay also. Alrighty? So, the Chapter 10 test. When you are finally ready to take it, and you take that test out of the envelope, please put a name on the top right away. Okay, can you do that? Not that I've never got anything in here without a name, but on a rare occasion that has happened, okay? So, guidelines. Once you start the test, you're not allowed to use your study guide. Number 1. Number 2, you're not allowed to use your book. Number 3, you are allowed to pray. That is all right. Is there anything wrong with that? Asking for the Holy Spirit for advice or help? You bet. So, and then once you have finished the test, go ahead, put it in the envelope, and if you want to seal it up, that's fine. And then once it gets back to me, I'll go ahead and correct it. Okay? Now, work. There will be daily assignments. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. I encourage you, do the work every day. Don't let it pile up and just figure, well, I'll take care of all this stuff on Friday. I really want you to be able to do this every day. So, that being said, I have an assignment for you to read 219 through 221. The title of Chapter 11, Animal Structure and Function. And if you just take a look on page 218, you find an interesting looking little guy here. Hearing someone say, "Let's eat," in the Shona language, a Zimbabwe, might give an American reason to run the other way. Now, why would you want to run the other way? I don't think they're going to serve corn dogs. You see, the Shona often make a meal of, fried caterpillars, called mopin worms, shown at left, with a side of boiled greens and cooked cornmeal. Yum, yum. Most Americans think eating bugs is gross. Anybody in here find it a little bit gross, the idea of eating a bug? I do. I don't want to be crunching up an insect. But actually, one of the few places in the world is America where they don't eat insects. Now, I did buy insects for my grandson, but that's because he is an 11-year-old that lives on the edge, and he likes anything challenging. And since he's really into plants, insects, sharks, I gave him candy that had actual ants inside the candy, so he could eat the ants. Alrighty, which has nothing really to do with here, but it is kind of an interesting side note when you think about it. Alrighty, around the planet, lots of people dying on ants, crickets, beetle grubs, and many other kinds of edible insects. I hope that you've already had breakfast and that you are not looking at eating lunch. But before anyone can bite a beetle or gobble a grasshopper, can you imagine? You know those grasshoppers that, you ever try to put a grasshopper on a hook? Am I the only one? Those things stick to you. They stick to your fingers. I don't know if I'd want to try to get a grasshopper down the hatch. The insects need to, they need to grow to an edible size. Well, if I'm going to get any kind of nutrition at all, I'm not going to eat a little tiny grasshopper. I want the big ones. Yeah. To do so, they must be able to support their bodies, move around, obtain energy, and eliminate waste. In this chapter, we'll look at some of the ways that animals, including insects, accomplish those tasks. Now, I have us reading 219 through 221. So, we have 3 pages of material. You can see we're at the top on 219, it says energy, and then 11.1, digestion. And then if we come over to page 220, 11.2, feeding strategies, and then finally we get to the end of 221. One of the things to be looking for when you're doing your reading is, what is the purpose of seeds? Also, why do seeds need to be high in energy? That's interesting. Any ideas? Why would a seed need to be high in energy? Why can toucans, I don't mean like 2 cans of food, I mean like the bird toucan. Why can toucans, orangutans, and fruit bats live almost completely, entirely on fruit? Any ideas on that? Everything they need. Fruit. Well, I think you're going to come across in the reading that with fruit, you get a lot of high energy sugars, and that will certainly help them. Why do fruits have the high energy sugars in them anyway? The fruit eaters, are they being attracted to the fruit because of their needs being met? Yes or no? When they eliminate waste, are the seeds broadcast out through an entire area? Yeah. Where in the world do fruit-dependent animals live? Well, let's talk about this for a minute. If you have a fruit tree, what kind of environment do you think would be good for a fruit tree? There's a couple of key things that you'd be thinking about, and I know that you're going to come across it in the reading, but let's just stop and think for a minute. What are 2 things that would be very necessary for fruit trees. Well, I know I've made multiple trips to San Jose, California, and I know that if I get out into San Jose in the spring, the oranges and the lemons are growing on the trees already, because San Jose has a lot of warmth. So for fruit, you need a lot of warmth and you need a lot of moisture. What part of our ecosystem on this planet, it has lots and lots of moisture and lots of warmth? I'm letting you think for a minute. It would be the tropical rainforest. The tropical rainforest has lots of heat and lots of water, lots of warmth. So, you have 5 questions to answer. Please put page numbers at the top of your page along with your name and the date. Also, even putting a 7th to cue me up would be nice. I would like to have these 5 done today, have you do your reading today, work on preparing for that chapter 10 test, and that'll be good to go. So, till tomorrow. Alrighty, here we go.